Welcome to the Hachette podcast. I'm Brandon.
And me.
Hi, me.
Well, you know what? On yesterday's episode, I didn't like the way I said my name. I don't know what I was doing.
In January.
Yeah, it was something like that. So thank you for reminding everyone.
I thought it was funny how much you hated it.
I was just like, what am I
Like, what the hell am I thinking?
I just didn't. This is why I don't listen to myself most of the time. Because, when you hear your own voice in your head, it sounds different than when you hear yourself in a recording.
Well,
it's a little funky.
I think yourself sounds pretty good.
Well, I'm excited to get into chapter 1 of the Birth That Fear book today.
Chapter 1.
Yes, but before we get started, today's episode is actually sponsored by one of my favorite groups, and that is Doula Trainings International. So just a few things that I wanted to share with you guys before we get into an excerpt. Did I say that right today?
Yep.
Yay.
Excerpt.
From chapter 1 of the Birth That Fear book. They are holding their second annual Born Into This conference. And you guys, I watched along when they were doing this last year, and it was just amazing. So they're holding it again June 2019, and the tickets go on sale this month, actually. So bornintothis.co is where you can go to check out all the information about their speakers, the topics they cover, but it's really amazing and progressive and needed conversations that are happening at their conference. Also, they're offering a separate birth doula and postpartum doula trainings this year for the first time. They're still offering their combo trainings as well that certify you for both, but they're also offering them separately. They offer the option of in-person or online, which these days is always
very convenient.
Very wonderful, especially if you're a parent or you work full-time or go to school full-time. It's just wonderful that you have the option. You can see their entire 2019 schedule under the schedule tab on their website, www.wearedti.com.
Awesome.
So check them out. If you have any inspiration to do childbirth education, to be a doula, birth support, DTI is a very comprehensive, supportive program and group.
Man, online chiropractic school would have been great.
That would have been wonderful. That's not I don't know that you really could have done gross anatomy and, lab online. I mean, I don't
know that I would have learned how to actually adjust people and get anyone better, but
that wouldn't have worked very well. Okay, so let's get into what I wanted to read from chapter 1 of the Birth Without Fear book today.
All right.
Ready?
Ready.
You don't have to chase the elusive perfection. There is no right way. There is only your way, your baby's way, and your family's way. And I wanted to talk about that. Why are you looking at me like that? That's
good stuff right there.
He's smiling at me.
This whole book is so amazing.
It is amazing.
Like, there's not one bad sentence in there.
Thank you.
I know I'm biased, but
it's pretty wonderful. But I wanted to talk about that because it's so easy for us to compare ourselves to each other regularly, but then also when you're pregnant, you're preparing for your birth, postpartum, it's really, really difficult to not have other people's voices in your head or their expectations on you or, those kinds of things. So those of you who follow me, you know that I have a you do you boo philosophy. I have it tattooed on me, actually. That's how strongly I feel about it. So I wanted to just read that part and bring that up today because there's no perfect way to do anything. There's no right or wrong. I mean, we get caught up in this like black and white world, and most of us are living in the gray. Like, this is not a linear experience. It's messy and it's a learning experience, and we're gonna try one way and then change our mind, even when we thought we would never change our mind on it another way. So anyone listening could apply that to any part of their life, really, actually.
Oh, absolutely. I think life really is varying shades of gray. Sure, you have your own morals, your own ethics, and your own right and wrong that you adhere to. But as a whole, I don't think. I mean, it's just too polarizing to have a society that's either black or white, or up or down, left or right. I mean, it's all. Mm-hmm. A lot of us are in the middle.
Right.
That's why in politics, 85% of voters are the middle. It's the fringe that are loudest, but they are a big minority.
I think we're getting off track here.
Sorry. I was just using that as an example.
I was eating Thai food with my aunt this week, and we were talking about how like Netflix is my sister wife kind of attitude. And she's like, oh, is this coming from the mother who said that she was going to limit the screen time of her children? And at first I wanted to be like, thanks, Auntie. But I just looked at her and I was like, yeah, it is. I'm allowed to change my mind. I'm allowed to do things differently now that I'm 40 and tired. So people will try to call you out or, try to say things like that. And I have learned over time that most of the time, if I just own it, then it doesn't bother me so much. Like, yeah, thanks for noticing. I changed my mind. Cool.
We're different parents in our 40s than we were in our 20s.
And I remember older parents saying that when we were young parents. And I was like, what?
Yeah, they just look at us and like, smile. Yeah, you'll learn, moron.
Oh, goodness. So, all right. So that is our message for today. So until next time.
Adios.
Love ya.